Hey everybody, welcome to SMG Viewers Comments, episode 54. Let's get right to it.
I've been a live sound guy for all of 2 weeks, and I've seen this twice. The feedback.
Yeah, it's not like I'm talking out of my ass or something. This is actually based in good, solid research. But unfortunately, you can't fucking tell it for the rock star up on stage who's playing for a room full of, the other bands and their girlfriends.
It's nice to see you being a tech-savvy DIY kind of guy. All these blokes talking about gear while being surrounded by overpriced Apple hardware can drive you crazy.
Yeah, I'll be the first to admit I'm not much of an Apple guy. I actually like to get stuff done with my computer. No, seriously, I'm a bit of a gearhead. I like to build my own systems, and I like to do a lot of DIY stuff, especially when it comes to the video production end of things. I've built my own shoulder rigs. I build my own lights, all that kind of stuff. I just enjoy doing it, and especially when you see how overpriced a lot of this stuff is and what you can actually do when you put it together yourself, and for about maybe a tenth the price of what retail is. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to do it like that. But thank you very much, and I'm gonna keep some more DIY stuff coming up on the channel just for shits and giggles, I think, because that's a lot of fun.
Hey Glenn, this might be a dumb question, but is it possible to fix the audio of a band practice or a live concert video? I mean, like adjusting only the drums or bass.
Not necessarily a dumb question, but if you recorded it off, say, a camcorder or something like that, probably not. The best way to do it is take a feed off the mixer at said rehearsal or live gig and record that into a multi-track and put the drums and bass and guitars onto their own separate tracks. And then that way, yes, you can adjust it after the fact. I've done a couple live recordings like that where we actually took DI tracks right off the guitars and bass, so we were able to reamp all that stuff right in the studio, and that worked out tremendous. So it is definitely possible. You just have to do probably a lot more work than you were betting on.
Do you prefer active monitors or passive monitors with a separate amplifier?
I use the Event ASP8s. I've had those in the soffits back here for about 8 years. Before that, I had some KRK V8s. Both those sets were self-powered. It's a lot less hassle to deal with. I really like them because, the power amp is tuned directly for the speaker. There's no dicking around. It works pretty freaking well. Before that, I did have a set of NS10s that were obviously powered by a power amp, but I definitely prefer the self-powered monitors. Like I said, it just cuts down on the bullshit factor and lets you worry about other shit.
Is that joystick behind you part of your studio gear, or is it just to play games and unwind between takes?
Unfortunately, I haven't had a lot of time to play games, but yes, I've actually got the full flight system here. I've got the F16 stick, I've got the CH Pro throttle here, and below I've got some rudder pedals as well. Truth be told, I'm a big fan of Elite Dangerous, and I have played that quite a bit online with Kevin Entrezian from Dillinger Escape Plan. He's a big space sim nut as well. I'm into a lot of flight sims as well. I used to play a game called Warbirds, and the name of my squadron was the Spectre Squadron, hence the name of the studio, Spectre Sound. That came out in the late 90s, and when about 98, we opened that up. And it's just evolved over the years. But yes, all that stuff came out of my flight sim things, and I really like the jet sims. I really like the World War II air combat, that kind of thing. Flight sims are definitely my thing, and I was actually discussing this with TJ on the way over here. We were saying, it's like they really need to re-release or reboot the whole X-Wing and TIE Fighter series, because those were tremendous Star Wars space battle sims that came out in the mid-90s, and nobody's ever come close to capturing that magic again. All of them have been pretty dumbed down ever since, and I think that's really fucking lame, and I really wish Disney re-releases these games and gives them a whole new lease on life, because I think that'd just be amazing, especially considering the VR technology that's coming out these days with the Oculus and whatnot, because that'd just be fantastic.
That was rather quick.
Hey man, I am not interested in what your girlfriend said to you after sex.
I just came home from the doctor diagnosed with a major ear infection on the brink of eardrum eruption. So I grabbed my over-the-ear headphones to listen to Frick or Frick about some Craigslist ad, and I'm completely unaware of it. Now I'm gonna lie down now.
You tuned into my fucking YouTube channel because I'm calm? The fuck is wrong with you? Seriously, recommend not checking out How to Get Your Band Ready for the Stage Part 2 if you've got ear problems. Especially with headphones. Bad idea.
Hashtag Glenn for President 2020.
Oh, wouldn't that be the mother of all bad ideas? I mean, like, holy shit. I'm completely unqualified for that job. I mean, like, even less than Donald Trump. You guys made me president of the States, you know. I mean, shit, I'd probably, you know, take away all the military toys from the police department, you know, make them back into, like, actual police officers, close the private prisons, you know, make all that stuff public again so it's accountable to the public, you know, change the laws so you're not putting millions of people into prison for, like, stupid shit like, you know, having weed. Oh yeah, legalize all drugs like they did in Portugal. That'd be a good idea, probably. That way, there's no huge war on drugs, and you're not waging war against your own people. You know, and then, you know, do certain things like, okay, if you want to sell products in the country, you've got to build a certain percentage of those products in the country. That way, you're giving jobs to the people that live there. You know. Odd concepts like that. Oh yeah, and taxing the super rich at 90% like they did in the 60s, and that way you can do cool shit like have a space program again, because even with 10% of like $100 billion dollars, that's still a shit motherfucking ton of money. So yeah, that's my platform. You guys want to vote for me? Sorry, I'm Canadian. All right, that's it for this week. Before I go, I just want to say if you want to support the channel, please buy a shirt at the SpectreMedia.ca shop. New thing this week, we now take credit cards. Finally, I know it's been PayPal for ages, and we finally jumped through all the digital hoops, and we can actually accept credit cards now. So if you've wanted a shirt and you couldn't because you didn't have a PayPal account, now's your chance. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. Take it easy. Yeah, can you imagine an Oculus Rift with a Star Wars game? Oh, yeah, that'd be...
fucking shit.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Okay.